Qiao Yu comprehends what Lion believes should do. She makes sense of that Lion needs them to draw the horrible lord's consideration. Lion tells them, as long as they all assist him with having an opportunity to go after, he swears he'll have the option to kill the horrible ruler. Leon acknowledges this is very risky. The horrible lord's deafness is higher than theirs, and he fears not a single one of them will actually want to endure even one hit with how much of assault it has. So them four need to cooperate to control it. Everybody concurs with Lon, saying they trust him. There's life in Lon's grasp. Math asks Leon to don't attempt to flaunt, on the off chance that he can't do it. Wouldn't it be disgraceful assuming that they took off from such areas of strength for a... Lon requests that they loosen up, saying he is certain with his arrangement. Then, at that point, after some season of laying, Leon hops on top of Bad Dream Ruler, in light of the fact that as long as they don't go after the horrible lord, he won't awaken. Leon realizes the main hit is the main he needs to track down the most vulnerable point on the horrible lord. Unexpectedly, he sees something sparkling in the horrible's back. That thing was shaking like pulses. Leon figures this should be the horrible lord's flimsy part, so he raises his staff and gets ready to go after the bad dream with his full power. At the point when he is going to go after, the impact of the ring of the horrible ruler is enacted. Lon's assault bargains 508 harm to the horrible ruler. Everybody is stunned subsequent to perceiving how much harm Leon bargains, assuming this is the sort of harm a mage can do. Unexpectedly, a framework warning springs up, saying the player Leon has broken the core of bad dreams. The mission is being changed. Then, the horrible ruler stirs. Another framework message comes that the mission has been effectively changed. The current mission is to kill the horrible ruler. This mission's trouble is a position-conscious bad dream lord. The horrible lord thunders uproariously in the cavern. Leon descends from its back and requests that everybody prepare. He advises everybody to act as per their arrangement and assist him with having an opportunity to go after the horrible ruler. He takes a gander at every one of them and yells, "I will kill every one of the people." The horrible ruler, with a mermaid-like body, begins going after Lion's party. Lion requests that Maf draw its aggro, yet Maf advises him to rest and pass on everything to him. He begins going after the horrible lord, utilizing his guard-breaking strike, yet the nightmarish lord just loses one well-being. Maf is confounded, asking the way in which Leon managed 5 we harm with only one hit. He yells, "I don't trust it, for as long as I am causing harm, regardless of whether it tickles, I'll delight in the horrible lord, in spite of just giving one soundness of harm." The bad dream ruler is a shrewd beast that can talk. It calls Maf a worm and says, "In the event that you wish to be quick to pass on, this lord will satisfy your desire." Anyway, Maf doesn't get frightened. Rather, he begins inciting the horrible ruler, requesting that it come at him. He supports his certainty, saying he has a 3-foot blade and has achieved astonishing accomplishments. He questions why he ought to fear demise when the horrible ruler's Goliath hand comes towards him. He asks Yang, Xiang, and Zhu to obstruct the horrible ruler's assault. Both of them utilize their sand-restricting and safeguard of light to debilitate the assault just before Maf. Anyway, this isn't sufficient to totally stop the horrible lord's assault. The horrible ruler's assault has been debilitated by 2 levels, however Maf is losing his well-being quick. Zhu is recuperating him, and he is scarcely ready to hold tight. Maf yells boisterously, saying that he can't hold tight significantly longer. He inquires as to whether he is prepared since, in such a case he can't hinder the horrible lord's assault any longer, and will kick the bucket here. Lion tells him not to stress since he is coming. He hops from behind and assaults the horrible ruler with his full power, managing 182 harm. Anyway, just after Leon's assault, a framework cautioning comes, letting everybody know that the horrible lord's well-being is excessively low, and it is going to enact the domain of bad dreams. Lon is stunned to see that message since he doesn't realize that the horrible lord could do that. Out of nowhere, the horrible lord initiates his horrible expertise, tossing an exceptionally strong energy assault to his environmental factors. Everybody is truly shocked, and they all lose 10 well-being in light of this assault of bad dream lord. Yang Xiang advises everybody to be cautious in light of the fact that the horrible ruler causes a harm while projecting its spell, and they can't hinder that. Leon understands that he can't give the horrible lord the opportunity since he is almost certain Wogan, who was the horrible town head, and the rest were stuck here for that long in light of the fact that they got hit by this assault. Not terrible, but not great either. He gets ready and goes after the horrible lord to stop that spell. The horrible lord loses 182 well-being by Lan's assault. His excess well-being was 128. Lan is feeling that he simply needs to raise a ruckus around town ruler once again, and he will finish the horrible town mission. He hops out of sight to make the last blow on the horrible lord. Seeing this, Qiao Yu advises Leon to be cautious since she has no more mana, so she can't mend Lan now. Lan tells her that he doesn't have to. He raises his staff high and assaults the horrible ruler with his full power. With Lion's assault, the horrible lord loses all the excess 128 well-being. A framework warning springs up, expressing congrats to the player Leon for killing Bad Dream Town's manager interestingly, and 30 free detail focuses have been granted. Another framework message comes, saying it has been distinguished that the player Leon crushed the horrible lord supervisor with skirmish goes after, so 10 free detail focuses and 50 experience focuses have been granted. The framework compliments Leon for stepping up in progression, and 10 all the more free detail focuses have been granted to him. The secret mission, Kill the Horrible Ruler, has been finished, and the framework will convey prizes as indicated by player rating. Seeing the framework message, everybody takes a murmur of help that they at last did it. Everybody is truly blissful in the wake of overcoming Bad Dream Town supervisor. Out of nowhere, a framework notice springs up saying, Assessment complete. The framework begins conveying prizes for finishing the mission. Player Zhao Zi has gotten a D rank rating, and the D rank ability, Spring Breeze and Willow, has been granted. Player Zhu Yu has gotten a C rank rating, and she likewise gets the D rank ability, Spring Breeze and Willow. Player Yang Roman 11 has gotten a C rank rating, and the D rank ability, Ground Blast Magic, has been granted. Player Math has gotten a C rank rating, and the D rank ability, Isolating the World with One Strike, has been granted. Ultimately, player Leon has gotten an A rank rating and the A rank rewards, 50 experience focuses and a B rank expertise book, Shrinking Magic. All that Leon got was great, yet he can't utilize this ability until further notice due to his 0 soul status. Anyway, Leon is not disheartened, on the grounds that essentially there's as yet the horrible Lord's soul. He wishes that the horrible ruler better drop some great stuff for him. Leon gets a winged serpent penetrating sword, a B rank weapon that increments assault by 100, disregards 30% of rivals' protection, and increments sword harm by 20%. It's a generally excellent sword, yet Lon is troubled on the grounds that he can't utilize a sword. He can't completely accept that how unfortunate he is. He tosses the sword at Maf, saying it's all his. Maf is confounded, asking Lon for what reason he gives him a B rank sword very much like this. Lon makes sense of that. He is giving this sword to Maf on the grounds that Maf is the only one involving a sword here. As Leon can't utilize it, so who else might he at any point give it to other than Maf? Hearing that, Maf inquires as to whether he doesn't have the foggiest idea about the worth of B rank gear. Numerous players probably won't actually have the option to get one regardless of the amount they spend. If Lon somehow managed to sell this, he would have the option to get a house in the capital. In any case, Leon doesn't mind. He advises Maf to proceed and mess around with it. Lon begins assessing cautiously into Bad Dream Lord's spirit so he can track down one more valuable thing for him. Yet he doesn't get another thing. He blows up, saying this junk Bad Dream ruler just dropped one piece of gear. After some rest, Leon begins taking a gander at his status board. After cautiously taking a gander at his status, Lon figures out that his solidarity has expanded. However, having 70 well-being is nearly nothing. Assuming he gets contacted, he will kick the bucket. He likewise checks his ability, the Mag's Courageous Heart. The framework made sense of that when it is recognized that the player Leon has killed a foe utilizing scuffle assaults. He will acquire free detail focuses as a prize. The principal impact of this title is that the player can raise other detail values to a similar worth as another detail esteem. However, this ability likewise has a few limitations. Prior to utilizing the fundamental impact, only one detail can be chosen to build. Leon felt that since the passive's limitation doesn't take into consideration other details to be expanded, so he'll simply need to consider ways of keeping himself alive. He needs to keep consistent. He can't cause disturbances. The framework tells everybody that the secret mission has been finished.